Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron Lington, the Artistic Director for Music InPlace. We are here coming to you live today from Brisbane, California. This is our 4th live stream concert. And we have here on piano, Christian Tumalon, on bass, Aaron Germain, and on drums, Brian Andres. And this is Brian Andres and Trio Latino. unbelievably great job, guys. It's just so much energy, so much excitement. I wanted to talk, Aaron, that's your composition, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
called
right, yeah.
Escucha.
Yeah.
Right. For me, I'd love to get you to talk about the tune a little bit, but you know, there's these great unison lines that you're writing that you and the piano, or you and Christian are playing, not only in the main part of the tune, but you know, as an ostinato for Brian's drum solo.
Yeah.
What kind of things are going through your mind when you write those kinds of lines like that? What are you looking for?
Well, this tune in particular, I was trying to write it in a very clave-specific manner, which the clave actually goes in different directions for different parts of the tune. There's parts of the tune where it's in 2/3 and parts where it's in 3/2.
Yeah.
And you probably know that, you know, there's a lot of jazz arrangements that have Latin, and then it'll be lines that are just sort of jazz lines that don't really fit in the clave. I was trying to do the opposite of that, do something. I was trying to err on the side of being more orthodox with it. And then it ended up being that I liked it. It didn't sound too didactic, as you know, by the time I was done with it. That ended up dictating the rhythms of the lines a lot, which basically on the 2 side you hit more downbeats, and on the 3 side you hit more offbeats. I mean, not entirely, but that's the basic thing, is that you outline the middle of the bar on the 2 side, and you do an accent. That's the and of 2 on the other side of the bar.
Right.
So I was writing the lines basically around that and trying to never have anything that wasn't correct with the clave.
So the line y'all played during Brian's drum solo to me sounded like a 2/3 clave.
Oh no, that's a 3/2.
That's 3/2. So then that affects certainly the way you phrase your drum solo too, right, Brian?
Theoretically, it's supposed to.
It's supposed to, yeah, exactly. Well, I really loved it. Before we move on to the next tune, I wanted to talk to everybody. First of all, welcome you out to the concert today. Maybe some of you, it's the first time catching one of our live stream shows. This is as I mentioned, our 4th one out of 8. So we are at the halfway point. I did want to mention just in advance that tune in next week. We're going to be coming from Piedmont Piano Company with Jamie Davis, great vocalist, baritone, one of the great baritone vocalists, I think, in the country. And he's going to be doing the music popularized by Johnny Hartman and John Coltrane. He has a great saxophonist, Charles McNeil, coming in to play saxophone. And the pianist is going to be Glenn Pearson, who's actually the current pianist with the Count Basie Orchestra. So we hope you guys will join us next week as well for that concert. I want to point everyone watching toward our website, musicinplace.org. There are places on there where you can support this concert. You can support these musicians. You can support some of the video projects that we've been doing so far and our other live stream shows as well. Please visit our website. You can check out all the video projects, and or you can go to our YouTube channel, which perhaps some of you are watching this on YouTube right now anyway. But please click that subscribe button, and you can keep up to date with all the different things that we're doing. In specific, there's a link. It's musicinplace.org/support. And that's what we need to keep these kinds of things running. All of the funds to produce these shows are all coming from donations. So it's imperative to get donations in to keep this stuff going. And we are a 501c3 nonprofit, so 100% of your donations are tax deductible. I'll be talking more about supporting this organization as the show goes on. Let's continue on to the next tune, which I believe is Islands, right? Islands is the next tune?
Yes, sir.
This is by one of my favorite fusion groups called Steps Ahead. And this is a group that I first heard when I was in high school. They had already been around for a number of years at that point, but my band director in high school was a big fan of fusion. And he played this album, and I was completely blown away. I particularly like the tune Pools, which is this really mysterioso kind of tune. And actually, my band at San Jose State just played a great John Fedchock arrangement of that for big band just like a couple of semesters ago or something like that. But anyway, it's this fantastic group. This particular tune is written by Mike Manieri, who is the vibraphonist with Steps Ahead. And I'm kind of curious. I mean, that group had so many iconic jazz musicians in it. Had Peter Erskine playing drums, and Eddie Gomez, Elaine Elias on the piano, and then of course Michael Brecker on the saxophone. And my question for y'all on this one is, the way that those musicians approached this tune, Islands, the way they approached it on their album, does that kind of inform the way you're approaching it here, or are you going for something a lot different? I'm kind of curious about that.
Specifically, I'm going for something totally different. Erskine plays beautifully on the recording, but it's kind of more like a Brazilian, almost like a pilon feel or a bow feel. And but because the tune's called Islands, I thought I should kind of take the chance and
that feel you're talking about, would you mind just quickly demonstrating what that sounds like on the drum set?
What he did on the original version?
Maybe you could A-B it, do the original one, and then do the way you're doing it.
I don't know if it's exactly what he's playing, but it's something similar to this, you know?
That's the Erskine, what Erskine did.
That's my bad version of an Erskine group, but but I wanted to kind of show some respect to Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing a bomba version is what I'm trying to play on the drum set, which is a folkloric rhythm from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
The tune's called Islands, so I figured it should be, you know,
It's an island rhythm.
an island rhythm. So what I end up playing then, in difference to that, is something more like this.
Yeah. It's similar but subtly different.
It's similar, but
Yeah.
not exactly
Not
the
exactly
same,
the
and
same.
it gives
Part of
those
the
guys
world.
a chance to feel something a little different
Right.
to play on top of. So
Excellent. Well, it's one of my favorite tunes from the record that it's on. The melody has this really cool kind of blends together a major scale and a Lydian scale in this kind of slippery sort of way. And I'm excited to hear y'all play it. So please take it away.
I love the analysis.
2 bars of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Guys, really excellent, man. I love it. Love that. I love that groove too, Brian. It works really well with that one, I think.
Right on.
Or Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Puerto
Bomba
Rican groove.
yeah.
Um,
I saw a few bomba dances in Puerto Rico.
yeah.
It's pretty interesting. They'll happen like late at night. There'll be a circle around one dancer, and they interact with the drums.
There's a specific dance style that goes with it.
Yeah, and I believe the drummer follows the dancer.
Okay.
It's actually symbiotic. Like
Oh,
both. Yeah,
oh,
so
it's
there's
symbiotic,
a lot of
okay.
response between
It's
the
like
quinto
It's like performance art.
and the
Yeah.
dancer. Yes, performance art. It's mostly improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had the basic drummers playing the basic rhythm, and then there's the quinto.
Yeah.
Normally accompanying the
Yeah.
soloist dancer.
The lead
It's
drummer-
Really unbelievable. Yeah.
And the dancer communicate.
Okay.
It happens
yeah.
in bomba in Puerto Rico. It happens in guaguancó in Cuba.
In rumbas. Yeah.
It's a very
They communicate non-verbally though.
Yeah.
non-verbally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very West African style. It's something that's transferred into the Caribbean. And
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's really social. It was like, I remember there was a bunch of people who would follow this one bomba group around. I saw them 3 nights in a row. You start to recognize some of the same people. It's really fun to be around.
That's awesome, man. Awesome.
Party time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very quickly before we go on to the next tune, which will be Almendra, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about our organization. We have not, and I'm sorry I keep messing with my mask as I'm talking. It starts moving down my face. I have to get used to it. Anyway, this is the first one of the live stream shows that we have had an MC, and I'm very proud to be, as the artistic director of Music in Place, I'm proud to be the MC for tonight. But since we have not had a representative from the organization here at any of the live stream shows, I just wanted to take just like 2 minutes to let everybody know what our organization is about. And when I mention donating to help support the musicians, I want to let y'all know what this money is going toward, what we're doing with the funds. So back in mid-March, when everything shut down, a good friend of mine, Rod Marymore, gave me a call and basically said, Aaron, how many of your friends in the Bay Area do you know who are primarily freelance musicians? How many of them have lost suddenly, 80, 90% of their income and overnight with no foreseeable end? And I said, well, a lot of them, most of them, And he came up with the idea to start producing videos at a high quality. Maybe many of you have seen, there's an app called Acapella that does a pretty good job of stitching together video and audio and stuff like that. And the Brady Bunch style, lots of boxes on a YouTube video. And we wanted to go not one step beyond that, but many, many steps beyond that, and have professionally mixed audio. Not just people playing into their iPhone's, microphone, but like real audio, and a professional video editing, and really try to tell a story with these videos. This is helping some of the musicians at least have some output that they could ideally make some kind of, they can monetize in some way to make some income in this new digital landscape. We have provided training for musicians who didn't know how to use, for example, their digital audio workstation. So we've provided some training in using GarageBand, Logic, Pro Tools, and some other programs like that. We have, in some cases, as necessary, provided equipment for musicians to be able to record themselves. And all of this stuff is coming from money that is being donated to the organization. So that has been primarily our output, has been producing these high quality videos. And again, I encourage you to go to our website and you can look at all the video productions that we've done. But in addition to that, lately we have been working into doing these live stream concerts just to get some element of live music back. I think more than anything, I know that I'm speaking for myself as a musician, and these guys too, we miss playing live. We were actually just talking about it a little bit right before we went on the air. But I think people who are non-musicians but music lovers, they miss having the live music experience as well. So because there's that connection between the musician and the audience member, it's definitely a two-way street. It's not a one-sided thing at all. And it's important to have this kind of experience. And so we're doing the best we can to get some of that happening through these live stream concerts. And we really hope that y'all are enjoying these things. So that's where the money is going. It's going straight to these musicians and the musicians in the Bay Area. Since mid-March, we have been able to provide, and I don't really want to call it, it's not a handout. They're working, they're gigging, they're making music videos, all this stuff. We've been able to pay about 150 musicians so far since mid-March, and we're looking pretty good to continue that for the months ahead, for the foreseeable future. But it really depends on your support in supporting our organization. Again, 100% tax deductible, and musicinplace.org/support. So please visit our website and make a donation and help keep this stuff going on. It's really, really crucial to get the support of the community. We are focused 99% on Bay Area musicians. So if you're watching here from the Bay Area, these are the people that provide the cultural landscape of your cities here in the Bay Area. So please help us out by supporting. Please help the musicians out by supporting. So the next tune, Almendra. This is a danzón, right? Which is kind of like the Cuban national style, like dance style,
It
right?
is the official, it's
Yeah.
the official Cuban national music.
You want to say just a little something
Danzón.
about what danzón is?
Yeah, danzón is really the first combination of European and Cuban music blending together. So it was developed in the late 1800s, became a very popular form of dance. I know that it was played at orchestras, large ensembles, and I know that the young crowd loved it. The older crowd found it to be a little vulgar for one reason, or two reasons. One is it incorporated the güiro, the gourd that you scrape, Cuban instrument, and the Europeans found that to be vulgar because it was, of course, not from Europe.
Yeah, right.
And they also didn't like how closely the young couples were dancing together when they danced the danzón. It's opposed to being very separated as they were in Europe. All of a sudden, Cubans started dancing much closer together. So teenagers, of course, loved the music. and the older ones not so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still played today. This is who's the author of this tune, Almendra?
I can't recall.
Abelardo Valdez.
Belardo Valdez, that's right.
This is one of the classics,
Mhm.
and we've arranged it for trio,
Mhm.
and yeah.
Awesome.
Including in the recording we have together.
Yes.
Yeah.
When was that album released, Brian? The Mayan Suite, the recent one.
Mayan Suite was released this year in on May 15th.
Yep.
And of course, if you like what you're hearing, you can hear us
Yeah.
on that album, and you can find it on all social media
Yeah.
and digital music platforms.
Mayan Suite, like
Mayan
MAYAN.
Yeah.
Mayan Suite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very easy.
Great.
Or Trio Latino, that's the name of the group.
Yep.
Trio Latino.
Yep.
Mayan Suite, it's very easy to find, yeah.
Awesome.
So this is one of the songs. Yeah.
Yeah. So check out the album, and this is Almendra. Yeah. Take it away, guys. Thank you. That was grooving, man. That was so cool. I can hear how there's maybe some sort of precursor to the cha-cha in there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Excellent. And I love how you have also the bell tied into the hi-hat pedal as well. That's super cool.
Yeah, gives me things to do.
Takes a lot of coordination there.
Multitasking. Well, on behalf of Music in Place, we wanted to send a special shout out to Tracy D from Wisconsin. So Tracy, thank you so much. We hear you're a big fan of Music in Place, and we're a real big fan of yours. So thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. The next tune that you guys are going to do, I believe, is a Chick Corea tune, right? Morning Sprite.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you know, I was listening to y'all do this on the sound check a little bit earlier, you know, before the show. And this is one of these tunes, and there are a lot of jazz tunes in this way where the different parts of the form of the tune are played in different styles, right? So there's definitely some straight ahead jazz in this tune, as well as Latin styles as well. And it's divided up according to the form of the tune, right? Yeah, would one of you guys like to just comment on that a little bit and how that affects your approach to the tune?
Well, I kind of like the idea of us to switch feels within a jazz tune. I don't believe that because a song is based upon a just certain groove, that means you cannot change it.
Sure.
I really always love when rhythm section always goes somewhere else that is not the original groove. So I think that, you know, Chick Corea does that. He's a big inspiration of mine as a pianist as well. But most of the switching that we have from the swing feel is into the Afro-Cuban feel, which is we're trying to incorporate into this particular formation.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically what is happening in this tune. Yeah.
Yeah.
And harmonically is very challenging. I think it's one chord and different key center for almost every single measure in this tune. So it's been a little challenging for us to put this together. But you know, I think we feel really proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we play it right, it has a lot of dynamics as well.
Right. Sure.
Plus dynamics. Yeah, I think we.
Well, I
also,
should say when I play it right.
Yeah.
They're always doing it right.
During the rehearsals, yeah, we wanted to just not play the right melody on the right chords, right? Try to incorporate the dynamic factor, and I think that really makes a difference for us to start, you know.
And I think Chick Corea compositions, I think, translate really well into this kind of group, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I think it has a very heavy Afro-Cuban influence, even though it's not orthodox, rooted to the clave. Right? I think he has that.
For sure.
His lines are very alike to turn into something more rudimentary Afro-Cuban.
Cool.
Groups.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that Chick Corea is Latino because of his songs, and because he also has an album called My Spanish Heart. He's actually Italian.
Italian,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
I always thought it was from Spain. He was Spanish.
No, I heard him say, he says, genetically I'm Italian, but my heart is Spanish.
Interesting. That's super cool. Well, I'm a huge fan of Chick Corea's music. I know one of my favorite albums of his is called Three Quartets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is this is not from that album, but anyway, that's one of my favorite Chick Corea albums. But anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing how y'all approach this tune. Yeah. And this is Morning Sprite, composed by Chick Corea. Yeah, you weren't wrong about the harmonies on that one, Christian. Man, it's like every bar, every two beats, there's like something new going on.
He changes key.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. That's a great tune. That's a really great tune.
Yeah, cool.
So the next song that I have on the set list is a bona fide jazz standard, right? It's called On Green Dolphin Street. Yeah. And this is actually was sort of like the theme song to a movie from 1947 that called Green Dolphin Street that starred Lana Turner, actually, the famous actress. And it was a movie that was filmed, I think, actually here in California, up in Humboldt County. And it had,
no kidding.
But anyway, this particular song has been recorded by a lot of different people. Of course, a real famous recording by Miles Davis, and even Chick Corea even recorded it, and Steps Ahead even recorded it. Going back to Islands from earlier in your set. And anyway, I appreciated the invite to sit in on this one, so I'm gonna play a couple of choruses here. But this is Green Dolphin Street, another one of these tunes that often can change styles from different part of the tune. You know, different parts of the form can change styles.
Yeah, we pretty much keep it as like as a Cuban Latin jazz tune.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't swing it.
Great. Let's see what happens. Well, y'all, thanks for letting me sit in on that one. I really appreciate it. You know, just to geek out about that tune a little bit, I can't think of really any other jazz standard that within the first like phrase of the tune goes from the parallel major key right away to the parallel minor key.
Okay,
C major, C minor, like right away. It's like it's totally nuts.
It goes
But
back to C major.
and then it goes back to C,
Mine.
yeah. But it makes it a lot of fun to play.
Yeah,
to play
it
on,
does.
right?
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Good job, man. That
Oh,
sounds good.
thank you, man. No,
Again, man. Yeah.
sounded awesome.
Very.
The next tune, another Chick Corea tune, right?
let's do it.
This is a 1971 composition of Chick Corea's, and it's from an album called Light as a Feather, which is a very classic Chick Corea tune, and it's called Spain, right? And I know that on the original recording of this, there was Chick Corea kind of quoted a very famous guitar concerto by a guy named Joaquin Rodrigo. Rodrigo, and it's called Concierto de Aranjuez, right? It's a very famous classical guitar concerto for guitar and orchestra, and Chick kind of quoted that, and then it goes into the actual composition.
You want that?
You got it?
Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see if he can channel that Rodrigo a little bit as we get into the Chick Corea tune. So have fun, man. Good luck. And that was awesome. And you did get that Rodrigo in there at the beginning. That was so great, man.
Who asked for it?
Brian, I loved how on the melody, do 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 do, when it goes in the triplets, and then you went into like the 12/8 kind of groove.
Yeah.
Which I think fit that. I wasn't expecting it, and it was
It always
like, it just
makes me think twice every time.
locked up. It was great. Aaron, I'm kind of a real quick question for you, man. I'm kind of curious, like, what are some of the decisions, like you've been on electric tonight and also acoustic, so why, a tune like that, which is actually pretty heavy technical demand, what's the choice that you're making between, like, doing it on acoustic bass or versus the electric bass?
Let me see. Sometimes it will be a little bit contrary. You do it based on what you've heard the song played on before. Like Islands, for example, was a song that Eddie Gomez played acoustic bass on it. And just for contrast, I wanted to play it. Yeah, I switched it. In this case, I was staying with what it was originally because Stanley Clarke played bass on the original. Right. And it is very hard lines to play on the upright bass. But I guess I just kind of wanted to step up to the challenge of that. I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people in audience over the years because I do a lot of stuff where I double upright and electric, and I get lots of feedback. And it seems like most people like the sound of the upright bass.
Oh, for sure.
Just because they don't hear it as much. You know?
You just get but you get the sound of the wood.
It's also it's more resonant for sure. It's more full bodied, and for a lot of people it's rare. They don't see it as much as they used to back in the olden days, and so it seems like something really special. So
cool.
It puts me in a different frame of mind for drumming as well, and how I'm reacting to, and hopefully dynamically I'm playing to the acoustic as opposed to the electric.
Really dynamically, it's a lot different. Acoustic, you have this dynamic range that you don't attain on the electric.
And anything where you have to walk quarter notes, upright bass is a clear winner. Like that's probably why in Morning Sprite I play upright, because there's a lot of walking. There's something like I remember in college one time I was in some ensemble, and I just happened to have electric bass for this ensemble, and the teacher says, I can't hear the time on that instrument. I think it's something to do with the instrument. He was like for some reason quarter notes it doesn't translate as well
on electric.
On electric, because upright has a very strong attack and a quick decay.
Yep.
So when you're playing line.
quick attack. Yeah, hard
Then
attack.
you hear the front note of the note much more.
Yeah.
On electric, there's more there's more of like a tail
Man.
to it, so that can kind of muddy up the sound of the walking.
That is great info, man. Thank you for that, Aaron. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
it. To everyone still watching with us tonight, we do have, usually these shows are an hour. We do have 2 more tunes, and that's we're here to do them if you're here to watch them. So we're happy to keep playing as long as everybody's happy to keep watching. I know these guys are. It looks like you're having a great time. I'm having a great time listening to you. Please, just as a reminder, visit our webpage, musicinplace.org/support. Please click that support button. All donations are 100% tax deductible, so please donate as generously as you possibly can. The next tune on your list is an original of Christian's here. It's called Viento Solar, right? And do you want to say a little something about the tune before you guys get going?
Well, it's an old tune that I wrote probably about 12 years ago. It's one of those tunes that you write and then it ends up in the drawer for a reason. And then when Brian called out to put out some original compositions, then I say, okay, why not? Let's just bring it up, right? Pretty, I would say that the melody is pretty simple. Something I wanted to challenge myself is about to be able to play that melody and improvise over up-tempo Afro-Cuban feel. And it's very difficult to play straight ahead guaracha, which is a traditional Latin feel for this fast tempo. So ended up being more of songo, which is a faster version of Afro-Cuban rhythms, right? And I think Ryan did an excellent job translating that into this faster tempo.
Great.
It's fun. I think for us, based on the speed and the simplicity of the melody, it sort of like giant steps, right? It's a very simple melody, but when you play it, when it translates to quarter notes, it's something very fast.
Yeah.
Almost like 300 beats per minute or something.
Wow.
So, and I wrote this tune, Viento Solar means solar wind.
Yeah.
And it's more of, talks mostly about my spiritual journey. And it's when the solar wind blows, that means we as humanity, we get advances in our mentality and our state of being into a more prosperous and a bigger state of mind. So this is what I was inspired
Great.
when I wrote this tune.
Environmentally friendly song.
Yeah, we're not gonna get political today, but it has that.
Awesome.
As well. Yeah. All right.
Great.
So this is Viento Solar.
Yeah, look forward to hearing it. Holy smoke! I could feel the wind, man. Coming. Holy smokes!
That's the
That
point.
was amazing, man.
I always forget how hard that song is once we're halfway in it.
Exactly.
Well, we have one more from you guys, I think, right? And
One more?
yeah, and just before we get to that last one, I want to say once again to everyone who's been able to watch us this evening, thank you so much for joining us. Please check out our website to look at the future live stream shows that are upcoming. Again, next week we have Jamie Davis doing songs popularized by Johnny Hartman. We have a really fantastic progressive rock group coming up called Raise the Maze. We have the Jazz Mafia is going to be involved with one of our concerts. And then the last concert that we're doing is Tchaikovsky's Serenade for Strings with an 18-piece string orchestra. So we have a lot of cool stuff still coming up. musicinplace.org/support. Please visit. Please donate generously if you can. And I'd like to say once again a very special thank you to these three musicians before they play their last tune. All three of these guys, I've been able to play in groups with them around the Bay Area over the years. Pacific Mambo with Christian, and the Cabanillas Jazz Project with Brian and other groups as well. And with Aaron, we've done few casuals, and we've been on some albums together with a great vocalist named Beata Potter. And anyway, so it's just a pleasure for me to see you guys.
Thank you,
I was
Aaron.
familiar
Music in
with
Place.
thank you so much. I was familiar with your record, but I had not seen y'all live before, so this is super awesome, and I have a front row seat. So the last tune you guys are going to play, I believe, is Got a Match. Does that sound right?
We called an audible.
Oh, called an audible. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since it was off my radar, which is totally cool, then you guys just say a little something about it, and then we'll check it out.
Yeah, actually, we changed our mind. We want to play just something a little more melodic friendly. It's called Maria Cervantes, and was written by Doro Morales, but it was interpreted by Tito Puente back in the days. So I think it's something that I always like. This is a beautiful melody. Hope you guys enjoy. And thank you,
Great.
Aaron, for the invitation.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome.
Sound great as always. Yep.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Music in Place. Again, this is the end of our 4th live streamed concert. Brian Andres and Trio Latino, Christian Tumalon, Aaron Germain, Brian Andres. This is the last tune. So again, thank you all so much for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your evening and rest of your weekend.